Look at that gorgeous dragon. Oh my gosh. Spectacular. Spectacular. Hey, all you wonderful humans. Welcome back to Space Lizard Exotics. We have a wonderful, exciting day ahead of us. Super rad. But before we get started, if you get a chance, take a chomp out of that wonderful subscribe button. Hit the like button. 94% of our viewers are not subscribed. So take a bite out of it like Brutus would. And let's get cracking on today's video. I have some things to explain to all of you wonderful humans. If you haven't noticed, there's no substrate in the back here. The snakes are kind of in a very plain Jane enclosure. A couple reasons why. We have to actually soak the snakes today. All of them shedded at the same time. It's actually rad, super actually beneficial on my part because I get to soak them all at the same time. Talking about the soaks though, so both these green tree pythons definitely need some assistance getting that extra shed off. Now green tree pythons are a lot easier to maintain that humidity, just in my personal experience, because they actually can be sprayed down physically. Emerald Tree Boas though, these wonderful, amazing little gems of the snake, they're a little sensitive and they do not like to be sprayed down physically. So oftentimes though, sometimes they still need to basically have assistance in their shed process. What that means is we could soak them. Now, they might not be the most stoked about it, but we definitely need to get all the excess shed off. That way they're happy, healthy, and you have your wonderful, beautiful snake just all rock and roll and ready to go. So today though, we're gonna be getting this wonderful gem out first. Come on, bud. Hi, what you doing? So this is my Emerald Tree Boa. If you could tell, he still has, some stuck shed on him. And a lot of that is because we don't have his substrate and all of his, all that humidity all ready to go for him. So, hi bud, what you doing? You're an amazing man. So he's a really chill Emerald Tree Boa. I know a lot of videos on emerald trees. Sometimes they are portrayed as a very aggressive snake. If you've seen some of my other videos, you could actually tell that this wonderful guy, he's actually really chill. Nothing to really worry about. Sometimes they are a little pain in the butts to get off their purchase, but that's why in the future we're actually going to be getting removable perches, because those are a lifesaver and they change your whole entire experience with these wonderful snakes. So let's try to get him off here. Well, you're almost there, pal. What in the world? You are amazing. So we're going to start with this amazing Emerald Tree Boa as he wraps around my arm like a wonderful lad. Hey, bud. So like I said, Emerald Tree Boas do not like to be sprayed down physically. And if you could kind of tell, he does have some shed on him that we definitely need to get off of him today. That way he is happy, healthy, and rocking and rolling. Awesome. My Emerald Tree Boas, my goodness. Now, let's talk about a few things. While I have the snake out, we actually have to get some paper towels in one of these bins. Any of these bins, I just bought these, I think, at Target. You want to make sure there are some good secure locks on them, and one thing you do want to check is the corner. I'm going to kind of show you, come on over, and that way you can kind of check this out. Snakes are they're escape artists, as a lot of you may know, if you own reptiles. If not, let me tell you, snakes are escape artists, especially these wonderful snakes. That's why it's very important, especially when you're soaking the snakes, to keep in mind, especially if you're doing other projects that day, to make sure these corners are real secure. Luckily, I lucked out on these little totes here. These are awesome. Drill some holes in it. That is vital. Always make sure you have holes in your tote or container that you're putting any reptile in, and you're good to go. So what we got to do here, since we have this wonderful, beautiful, gorgeous snake ready to go, next step of this process is to get these paper towels in this tote. So I'm just going to have him chill here. Like I said, I'm real comfortable with him. He's super chill. I'm very used to his mannerisms. So what we're going to do here, while I'm holding a snake trying to do this one-handed, isn't this some talent? Oh my gosh. So we're going to put some in there. The reason why we're putting this in there is because you're not going to fill the whole entire tote up with water. We're creating almost like a moist box environment for them, right? And they also need to rub their scales and their body and their faces up against it too, so it helps a lot. I always put the paper towels in there first, even before the water. I know everyone has their methods. Now, when I try to put them in there usually with water, he just instantly takes off. So I usually get him in there comfortable, then I slowly start to pour the water in there. So let's get this wonderful snake in there. Nature's beautiful bracelet, look at that. How cool. And snakes, when they're getting them into totes, they usually want to take off on you. Just kind of get them in there. Now he's in there. I always have my water prepped warm water. You don't want it hot, you want it warm enough to where you could at least have them sit in there for 30 minutes, an hour. Now, this is a very vital point, everybody. If you do need to keep your snake in a soak overnight, make sure you put a heat mat underneath one of these bins connected to an actual temperature gauge. That way it controls the temperature. Set it about 82 degrees. Put the water gauge in there. That's way if it does go below that, it will kick back on, keep that temperature at a constant. Now I know our room stays about 82 throughout the day, but overnight those temperatures will drop. You don't want your snake to basically get cold. We're only going to be keeping them in here today for about an hour, so no really need for that heat mat. Now I have had to keep my green tree pythons, especially Hella sometimes, depending on the environment, what happens. I've noticed during the summertime, especially in Colorado, that's where we're at, wonderful Colorado, it is a desert here. We do get rain, it's not the highest humidity, but always have to adapt to the environment, right? We had to keep her in a 24-hour soak before. Of course, we took all those precautions, so next one step, the water. This is always fun. So, I know everyone has their methods. I just do it this way just because I'm a little more comfortable with it as I break my wonderful bucket. So, pour this in there. He's looking at me like, dude, what are you doing? So, well, we're gonna get this all moist and happy for you, bub. Like I said, Emerald Tree Boas are not stoked on getting water actually physically on their body. So just expect, if you do have an Emerald Tree Boa, for them not to be too keen on that, okay? And if you notice what I'm putting down here, I'm putting enough water in there to where the paper towels will soak it up, and also the snake will not drown. Yes, snakes can drown. They could drown themselves. So be very conscientious of that while you're doing this. And that is perfect, okay? A lot of that's going to be soaked up by the paper towels. Like I said, these Viva paper towels are freaking amazing. And I actually might put a couple more in there as well too. So while he's doing his thing, I'm actually going to put a couple more paper towels in there. So he's wondering, he's like, bro, I'm not getting back in there. Kind of defeats the whole purpose of putting the water in there sometimes, right? But like I said, he's really chill, really easy to work with. We're just going to put that, hey bub, come on. Snake handlers and snake keepers, you could always relate to the struggle of trying to keep your snake in one of these totes, right? Emerald Tree, one down, 3 more to go. You all know this. This is my first Emerald Tree Boa con. He could be a little striky at times, not aggressive though. Now, most arboreal species snakes will be very defensive when you try to get them out of their enclosure. So I try to get him out first, calm him down, because when you try to grab them usually out of there, that's usually when they're like ninja strikey mode. So we want to get him out first, get him comfortable. The other larger Emerald Tree Boa, super chill. I don't ever have to worry about him being defensive. You will hear him hiss sometimes, but he's never struck at me. This one has struck at me a few times in his enclosure, but as you can tell, once you get most Emerald Tree Boas out and just comfortable, they're as docile as a nice little puppy dog. So we're gonna get him all set up. He's a little bit more flighty. Like I said, enough water to where it keeps a very moist environment and to where your snake will not drown. That's very important. This is always tricky. Perfecto. Like I said, always make sure they're locked. They can't get out, they're escape artists. The Emerald Tree Boas are officially done. Like I said, we're gonna let them soak for about an hour today. Do some assist shedding. Con was not bad at all. He got majority of his shed off. This one definitely needed a bit more of assistance. That's what we're here for, right? Let's get these green tree pythons. You ready for this? I'm ready. You're familiar with this beautiful sarong. As you can tell, she definitely needs some assisting with her shedding process. But I need your assistance, Space Lizard Exotics community. Please, if you get a chance, we have not named the snake yet. Please, if you get a chance, drop some cool, awesome names below in the comments. Space names, preferably. Let's name this beauty today. Let's make it happen. And next video, we will actually announce who had the coolest name, and we'll announce that on the next video as well. I greatly appreciate it. That'd be rad if y'all could do that for me. Look at that gorgeous dragon. Oh my gosh. Spectacular, spectacular. So green tree pythons, they are arboreal, and so which means they like to be secure and hang out on branches. And I try to act like a tree sometimes. She knows I'm not a tree though, huh? You know I'm not. So we're gonna get her in this. We're gonna let her chill there. Like I said, I know everyone has their methods. Mine might be sometimes a little unorthodox, but they work for me. Now, I always tell everyone, do what works best for you and your environment, as long as it's healthy and happy for the snake, and you're not putting yourself or your snake in danger. Let's get you in here. Oh my goodness. I know. There you go. Go. There you go. Thank you. Bam. Wham. Bam. There you go. Next, on to the next one. You all know who this one is. This is my beautiful gal Hella. Let's get her out and get her soaked as well. Alright everyone, so like I mentioned earlier in the video, super plain Jane, paper towels everywhere, super like, what is going on with these enclosures? I know I kind of mentioned something called substratum in the last videos. Did a kind of a very brief video on that stuff. Yo, that is amazing, and we got some more of it today. Sometimes like perches, this is why removable perches, we're going to be adding these in the enclosure itself. Because as you can tell, I'm not really struggle busting it, but she's kind of being, you know, not wanting to let go all the way. So what you can do, stimulate the back of the little tail, touch her butt. Don't be afraid, touch it. So we got her off. This is, of course, my first green tree python that we were filming here at Space Lizard Exotics. I used to have Biocs years ago, but fell in love with Arus just because they are way more chill and, in my personal opinion, way more pretty. All right. Oh, come on, baby. Come on, Hella. Little Hella bear. Okay. So we got a little bit more of this water left. Perfecto. Like I said, with this one's a little bit more of a deeper tote because they were all out of the shorter ones at Target. Gosh dang it. I'm not really pouring it on her. I'm just trying to moisten these as much as possible. All right, girlfriend. So you gotta talk to your snakes. You gotta talk to all your animals. If you're not talking to your animals, go talk to them, love them, embrace them. Locked. See? All right, so all the snakes are actually in their totes, soaking, happy, healthy, doing wonderful, amazing things. The next time you see all these wonderful, amazing, glorious snakes and my face, this is stuff that we're going to be actually setting up with the Bioactive enclosure. So super rad, but you'll see that in the next video, especially if you take a chomp and bite out of that subscribe button and that little bell notification. You'll get reminded when we upload the new amazing videos. Hey everyone, I hope you enjoyed this amazing video today with the snakes. I know I had a rad, wonderful time, and I just want to say thank you everyone, and hey, do not forget to help me name that beautiful sarong green tree python. And like I said, please everyone, there's about 94% viewership that is not subscribed to the channel. If you can, please definitely take a chomp and bite out of that subscribe button for Space Lizard Exotics. We greatly appreciate it. And stay rad everyone, and we will see you next time.